Yeah, I mean, it was a hard-fought game. Obviously, it could have gone either way. We dug ourselves a little bit of a hole, but like we've been a resilient group all year. It was really admirable how we dug ourselves out of it. Had some good chances there in the third, obviously. Their goalie made some big saves, and they really had one scoring chance. And credit to them in the third, they buried it and found a way to win. And they're a great team and a great program, and we got a ton of respect for them and proud of our group. Couldn't be more proud of them.
Thanks, Coach. Questions for Ty and Artem? We got Drew here.
Artem, Drew Smith, Blaze Radio. What was the message in the locker room after the second period, or in the second intermission?
I don't really know. I was in the trainer's room, but I'm sure coaches did the right thing. We came out pretty hard on them and had opportunities, scoring chances, and just one unlucky play, and just like that, your season could be over. Your game's over.
Hey, Artem, Jake Sloan, Devil's Digest. Although you've only been here for this season, how much has this team meant to you across this entire year?
Just everything. You come in, transfer in for 1 year, and all the boys, the staff takes you in, makes it. It's a special year, special run. Definitely going to be remembered. As the first team in the NCHC. It was unbelievable how the guys took us in, and I'd recommend this place to anyone. It's special.
Scott, right here.
Scott Strandy, College Hockey West. Ty, for you, you've been through this program from all the way back to Oceanside. You've blood, sweat, and tears into it. Can you put into words yet what this means and what this program has meant to you?
I mean, this is home for me. I can't even express how much this place means to me and what an amazing program it is, and how well Greg has done with these teams over the years, and how special it really is. So, it's still fresh. It hurts really bad. This felt like a team that could go all the way. It was by far the most special group I've been a part of in my 4 years, and yeah, it just hurts.
In the back, we got Tom right there first.
Tom Harden, College Hockey West. Ty, as a leadership, as an alternate captain for the team, what's your message to next year's leadership to pass the mantle and carry this story forward?
Yeah, I think just treat this place with the love and respect it deserves. Coach Powers has always preached that you got to leave this place better than you found it. I believe we did that, and it's just hopefully those guys can carry the torch and get it done next year.
Artem, for you blocked the shot at the end of the first period. How are you feeling throughout the second and the third, and then being able to contribute as well?
I think we got a great support staff. Our trainer Amanda, our strength and conditioning coach Leanne. I mean, they've done everything all year to put guys on the ice to play, and they do their best. And I'm super thankful to them throughout the year. They've done an unbelievable job. Feeling fine right now. Just not okay mentally maybe, but just tough to end your season that way, obviously.
Jack James, WCSN. Artie, you spent a lot of time on the ice by yourself there on your knee. What's going through your mind at that moment before you head off? It's
the last time you're going to put an Arizona State hockey jersey. It's the last time you're going to it's my last college hockey game. Just take it all in. It's it was a big opportunity, and I've had big opportunities throughout my 5 years. And just kind of remembering everything, taking it all in, and kind of, wrapping it up there on the ice a little bit at the end, I think.
Here, Mick.
Mick Hatton from St. Cloud Live. Ty, after the first period, I mean, you're down 2-0. Obviously, that's a tough spot to be in. But what'd you get? Obviously, you guys found something in between periods there. I mean, what would you guys kind of talk about, and kind of, what went better for you guys in the second period?
Yeah, I think the message was just for everyone to settle down a bit, take a deep breath, got the jitters out of the way. Obviously, they're a great team and can capitalize on chances, so just minimizing those and playing our game, because we know our game's as good as theirs and can compete with anybody.
Anything else for the players? One more? All right. Gabby?
Gabby Chernoff, Sun Devil Source. When you look back at this season, what are you most proud of this group for?
I think what I'm proud of is I usually live by the thing, you prove people wrong. I know Greg always says we follow the people that believe in us, but I kind of come from a little different background. I live from people, who don't believe in me. I prove them wrong, and I think we proved, especially starting from everyone who didn't believe in us and put us eighth. I don't know how many of you in this room are here who did that, but it's a lesson for everyone for next year to believe in this team, believe in this group of guys. Whoever's, going to get new guys on the team, and Weston had 17 new guys, and guess what? They win the Penrose, and ASU's going to have new guys too, and I'm sure they're going to do the same thing next year.
Yeah, I think for me, just kind of piggybacking off of him, just how resilient this group was. Like he said, we were put 8 out of 9, and never once did anyone in the locker room ever think that was going to happen. But it was just a chip on our shoulder, and there were plenty of games that people thought we were down and out, and we always came back and found a way. So, yeah.
Thanks, guys. Congrats on a great season.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open up questions for Coach. Back there.
Sean Brennan, Cronkite Sports. Artem obviously missed some time in this game, but came back out, scored the goal to tie it up. What can you say about his resilience and his contributions tonight?
He's a warrior. I think he's clearly our MVP. And for him, his foot's probably broken. I'm pretty sure it's fractured. So for him to come back and do what he did and get a big goal and just missed Chucky in the back door and made a great play there in the third to take the lead, and their guy just got their stick on him. That's what he does. He's a winner, and he's got a long career in front of him. He made a huge impact on our program, on and off the ice. He's an incredible kid, great leader. He's all the guys that came in for a year were unbelievable. Just it's frustrating we only get a year with him, but he's a difference maker. He's always going to be remembered in a really positive light here.
Coach, when you look at this season overall, from when these guys got on campus to right now, what are the different memories and what are the feelings that you have about this team specifically?
Like he said, it is a really resilient group. We got off to a slow start. Tons of injuries. It was just one of those years, and we were never able to put, not once, what we had projected to be our top 12 forwards on the ice. Tonight you're missing Kyle Smolin and Benji Eckerly, 2 huge losses. Probably our best checkers up front. That you need in playoff type of hockey. But our guys, it got to a point where we had to make a choice. We could either let those be excuses or the obstacle is the way, and turn that adversity into our advantage and have a true next man up mentality. And that's exactly what these guys did. And I told them, I said, you guys are challenged. Murch kind of touched on it. You're challenged when you get here to leave this place better than you found it. And every single one of those guys did. They can look at themselves in the mirrors and know they did that. And I couldn't be more proud of them.
You can stay in the back, that's fine.
Jack James, WCSN. Another slow start. This time it put you guys under. What were your takeaways from that opening period?
I liked our jump in the first 5 minutes. I thought we had more jump, and the first goal, I don't know if Pav saw it. It was just a floater from the blue line. And I think we were all shocked that it went in, and I think he was too. And the second goal was a power play goal. I thought the first was a pretty evenly played period. They capitalized on a power play and obviously got a stinker on us. But we know, we were in this position last week down 3-0. It's a team that it didn't matter what the score it was at any point of the year, at any point in the game. We have the weapons to get back against anybody, and tonight we did.
Coach, when you look at this team, you've mentioned all season long, this is the deepest and most talented roster that you've coached. What does a season like this kind of send a message to the rest of the country and put your program on the map?
I mean, it's like I said yesterday. You have to earn respect, right? And I think that this year we definitely earned respect. We feel like we're a team that should still be playing. Like we're the first team in the history of the NCHC to finish second and not advance. It's a screwy year in the pairwise. Cornell won tonight, and there's another spot gone. So I told the guys that I'm proud of their body of work. Their body of work to me, and I'm obviously biased because I love them, justifies moving on, right? And they're going to look back on this season and know that they set the standard of us being an elite program in this league, which we expect to be every year. And like Artie said, not many outside of our room gave us a chance. And it was just a great group of guys and one that, if we just get in, we feel like we can beat anybody because this year we did.
Go Scott and then Eric.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Cullen's play tonight? We talked yesterday, I guess it was, about how much he means to your program and how young he is. But, boy, he threw everything that he had out there the entire game, it looked like to me.
Yeah, he competes. He competes, and he was flying around and, thought he was going to bury one there in the second on that 2-on-1, and Davis made a big save. And I know Potsy's upset with himself on the turnover 6-on-5. We even on the bench, there was not a doubt. There's not a doubt in our mind we were tying that game up. And their guy closed them out at the blue, and the rest is history. But he had a great year. He, like I said, he's not a true freshman. He's a high school senior that scored 13 goals in the NCHC, and that's no joke. So we're really proud of that kid, and the sky's the limit for him.
Eric.
Eric List, Blaze Radio. Tied through 2, you start that third period really strong. Can you take us through it?
Yeah, I mean, we were confident, and their guy made some big saves, and it's just the way it works. Hockey, that's the game. We had a bad puck touch on a simple D-to-D, and gave up a 2-on-1. We were in their ozone, buzzing around, making plays, and we felt like we were going to get the next one and not look back. We felt like we really locked it down and didn't give up anything defensively. And again, I think that was their only scoring chance in the third period. Pretty sure it was. And credit to them. That's a team that you can't make those mistakes against. They're too good. They're a championship team for a reason. With championship pedigree, and now tomorrow they're playing for another championship. So credit to them for burying the chance they got, and then even after that, there was confidence. There was never a doubt. That's what I loved about this team. They never felt like they were out of any game. If you look back on the whole season, there wasn't one game that we lost where we didn't have the goalie pulled. Like that's a crazy stat. Like nobody took it to us this year. Not one team, not one game. This team competed all year and set a good standard.
Nick in the back.
Coach Nick Maxon, College Hockey West. When you look back, going back to this program, even was a club team, and now being in your first year of being part of the NCHC, if you were to ask yourself and be able to tell yourself back 10, 15 years ago, would this be what you could have dreamed of and more?
Yeah, to be honest, like it's what I expect of myself. We have confidence in our staff and in belief in what we have at Arizona State. We're led by an unbelievable guy in Graham Rossini, and we have so much good things going for us that we believe that we're going to continue to push forward and not look back. That's all you can do. But yeah, nothing we've done has surprised me. I mean, with all the people that doubted me and doubted our program when we went Division I, if you don't have that inner belief and confidence that you can get the job done, then you're not gonna be successful. And we had a great year. And nobody's going to wear this year more than me. Our guys, I think our players did their job. They got it done. And there's a few games I'll always look back on and know we didn't close out, that we could be in a much different position today if we did. And I take that responsibility myself, and it's something that moving forward we're going to be better at because of what we went through this year.
Gabby.
Coach, just from your perspective, as the game as a whole, what were the biggest factors in the loss?
Honestly, I think we played good enough to win the game. You know, I really do. I felt like it was just a good hockey game. Both teams are, you know, really good teams. They're a team that's you play them, what, 5 times this year, and it's tough to win 4 out of 5 on that team. But again, they got it. They got a grade A there in the third and buried it and got some really big saves from their goalie. He's a big game goalie. He made some big saves tonight, and he looked like he did in the Frozen Four last year, calm and just making big saves and play with some swagger. He's a hell of a goalie.
Jack
He
in the
was a
back.
difference maker.
What are you going to miss most about the seniors and grad students that are moving on?
Yeah, I think just their compete and resiliency. You know, I mean, down 3 to Duluth last Saturday, you know, down 2 at home to these guys, you know, with 7 minutes left in the game and come back and win, just stuff like that. So it was a fun group. It was a resilient group and hell of a hockey team. You know, we had a good team this year. You know, and it's always going to sting that we didn't find a way to get in, but our program will be better for it. We will absolutely be better for what we've gone through.
Go Drew, and then maybe one more if there's one.
Coach Drew Smith, Blaze Radio. What was the last week like for you with the overtime winner against Minnesota Duluth to making it here this weekend?
Last weekend was unbelievable. We had a very simple goal to start the year, and it was to give our fans playoff hockey. And obviously you think if you finish in the top 4 in this league, you have a really good chance to advance to the NCAA tournament. So with that goal, we just assumed, but you know what they say of people that assume, right? We assumed that we'd be a lock, especially as a 2 seed. But we accomplished the goal. You know, we hosted playoff hockey, a big sweep in front of our fans. They were unbelievable. You know, all year you could feel the environment at Mullet just get better and better. You know, tradition starting in student sections and, you know, fans really pushing us across the finish line. You know, so we're really proud that we were able to do that. And then obviously get here in the last Frozen face-off ever in St. Paul. To be a part of that is really cool. Because, you know, Michael and Heather and the NCHC put on such a great event here that I've been to as a spectator quite a bit, so it was really cool to participate in it. It's been a great week, minus the result tonight.
Last one to Gabby.
Coach, what was your message to the players in the locker room after that one?
Just told them I'm proud of them, told them I loved them. You know, it's all you can say, you know.
All right. Thank you, Coach.